So I think everyone remembers the first time they sell a car when you start in the car business. Everyone makes jokes about cutting your tie, which I've never actually seen happen. I've seen a lot of new guys sell cars. No one's ever cut anyone's tie off their shirt. The first car I sold was a Subaru BRZ, which when I started at Subaru, I loved that car. I loved how it looked. Saw a commercial for the FRS before I even started the car business, and I really, really wanted that car. So I was really jealous. This guy got to buy a BRZ, and at the time, they were almost impossible to come by. The 2013 BRZ, there was maybe one or two at any given dealership. We were doing orders on them for specific vehicles, and they were going to take 6 months to a year to arrive. They were going to be 2014 models by the time they came in. And so we had a markup on them. We had $5,000 over MSRP. So $5,000 more than what the list price is what we're asking for them. And that was the first car I sold. We actually didn't sell it for the $5,000 over MSRP. The guy came in, wanted to test drive it. He really liked how it drove. He really liked how it looked. And he sat down, negotiated with us, said, "Oh, I'm not going to pay the markup. I'm not going to pay all this extra money. I know you guys have this car on the lot. I want to buy this car." So we went back and forth a couple times. Eventually, we gave him MSRP on the car, and he was super excited, and he purchased the car. He was a super nice guy. I think he was like 25 years old or so, and working out in the Bay Area at a tech job. And that was the first car I sold. I got to go through and see how everything was done, see how the paperwork is done, and everything. And I think everyone remembers that first customer. And that was kind of an interesting first customer for me. He was a guy close to my age, a little bit older than me at the time. And it was a car that I really liked. So there was something exciting about that. And I think a lot of guys in the car business, they start out wanting to sell the cars that they're really excited about. So people start with Subaru, they want to sell STIs. People that start with Porsche, they want to sell their 911 turbos. People that start with Audi want to sell the R8s. People at Chevy want to sell the Corvettes. There's a lot of people that have that mentality that, oh, these are the cars that I'm going to sell, and these are the cars that I really like. And that's good. And there's a lot of excitement there. But I feel like a lot of the reason why people don't like car salesmen is because when you go onto the lot, they want to push you towards those cars that you don't really care for. There's ones that's not what you're there for. The cars like the Outback or the Forester with Subaru, or looking at just a regular Civic and not the Civic Si at Honda, or at Chevy, I want to look at a Cruze or anything like that. They're cars that aren't as exciting. They're things that are more practical, and people want practical cars. And I feel like as a car salesman, you have to realize that it needs to be just as exciting to buy a normal car as it is to go pick up an exciting car, because it's still a lot of money. People are still spending 15, 20, 30, $40,000 on a new car or more, depending on where you're going. And I think that's why a lot of people don't like car salesmen, is they look at it and the guys are like, "Oh yeah, no, this thing's cool, drive it. Oh yeah, do you like it? All right, cool, let's buy this car. Let's go sign you up." And there's a lot of stigma about that. If people were nice, if people did a good job at explaining the difference between cars, if people were just normal in the car business, I feel like it would be a lot easier for people to like car salesmen. And that's kind of the thing that I always try to do, is provide the same same customer service that I would like if I was to go in and buy a car, and give them the information that they're looking for. You can go online and find all the information you need about a car, but there's something about going in and touching and feeling the car that makes it more exciting. It's something that you actually can see the features in action. Anyone can tell you that this car, oh, it's got a touchscreen, it's got a 7-inch touchscreen. Do you know how big that is on your car? Do you know how far away that is? Do you know how clear the audio is on the speaker system? It might be a 400-watt audio system, but it's not something that you care about. And so I think that's something that really needs to be fixed. And a lot of brands are going towards that. They're moving towards having surveys, being really concerned with their Yelp reviews online. And I think that's a transition that the car business is making, is they're moving towards something that's more customer service oriented, like a restaurant where most of your income is on tips. And I think that's something that's important. And that's a good change. And it's something that I've seen a lot of transition towards, even since I've started in the car business about 5 years ago. So that was my first sale, and that's what I think about the transition of the car business towards customer service. I think I think that's really important. So thank you.